Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here for another episode of Keeping It Handsome. We have some exciting news to talk about, as well as do a little recap on what happened at the last show. So let's get started. So tonight we have me, as y'all recognize, El Nino.
Hello, everybody. I am El Niño, and I am your new DCCW Tag Team Champion. Nick and Dylan, we're gonna try to set something up where we all together. But for now, feast your eyes on the championship where it belongs, rightfully belongs, in my hands, in DWI's hands. But we'll get into that later on. But Prince, what do you how do you want to start this? How do you want to get this going?
Well, I was gonna introduce it, because you start off with that big smile on your face, and I was gonna go into the reason why that big smile is on his face is because he's your new DCCW Tag Team Champion. So, El Nino, this has been a long time coming. Like myself, we've been trying to prove ourselves over the years, and we just getting the credit that we deserved. And I think that, the same was with y'all, and y'all were trying to do the same thing, and people didn't want to give y'all the benefit of the doubt or give you your flowers or give you your recognition out of the hard work y'all been doing the past couple of years. And you got your moment. It was a very pearl moment.
That's right.
You won those tag team titles. So what was it like in that moment when the 1, 2, 3 came and the bell? What was that like?
I gotta tell you, it was surreal. 5 years dealing with the likes of JoJo Smooth, and I know he's your host, he's your partner. When it comes to Glorify, and of course the Ghetto Superstar. Just 5 years, and finally, we get the payoff that we rightfully, needed. First it was with the Legion of Pain with me a little lot longer than Nick Brutal and Dillon Wheeler, and then once I transitioned to DWI, things started happening. So when that 1, 2, 3 happened, which was a clean, I gotta admit, they brought it. As soon as they came out of the curtain, and people will probably see that in future episodes with Glorify. They came out of the curtain. There was no tie up. There was no, traditional wrestling. It was a fight, a straight up fight. And we told them, just like Dylan did from the previous show, that we meant business. And so they came in. They fought their hearts off. I got to give them that. They had a good run as champions, and all good things must come to an end because now it's our reign. So when that 1, 2, 3 hit, it definitely, I felt like sealed, like it just all those 5 years, it meant something. All the training, all the traveling, that actually meant something. So, it's 2024, and just we're here to, we're going to be fighting champions and just line them up. Whatever tag teams that are out there, if you think you could hang, contact Dillon Wheeler, because that's what he does.
So do you think that's really sealed the chapter with DWI and New Big Man Nation, or do you think there's still some more unfinished business, or how are your thoughts on the whole conclusion of this match? Do you think it really concluded y'all's story of 5 years?
No, I think we're done. Honestly, every story comes to an end. Every story. There's not one character that's bigger than the whole story. Chapters begin, chapters end, and we move on. JoJo Smooth, Ghetto Superstar, Steve Pender, they're done. That's it. It is what it is. Told our story. We finished it and we came out on top as we should have. And now, I mean, whatever happens to them, I don't care. That's not my business. I don't know if there's going to be any more Big Man Nation. I mean, who have they had in the Big Man Nation? They've had Bill Weaver, who recently retired. I retired him up in Georgia. Who was the other one? Seth. You remember Seth? He disappeared. I don't know if it was an injury. I don't know if he was just done with professional wrestling, couldn't hang anymore. Done. JoJo, I don't know what he's gonna do. Maybe he's right back to the commentary booth where he belongs. flap your gums. That's all you're good for. And Ghetto Superstar, I mean, he's up there in age. I mean, what can he possibly do? I mean, the retirement home is calling. I'm sure he's getting those brochures in the mail. So hang it up. So I mean, honestly, if you think about it, the big man nation, just like any nation historically, all nations, they rise and they fall, and big man nation is just another nation that has fallen, just like Rome. It fell from within, and then of course you have, I think, the Foxman X, who's like, what do you call it? He's a honorary. What is he gonna do? Like, he's not doing nothing. I think he's teaming up with Chris Kane, maybe, but whatever. So honestly, to answer your question, Big Man Nation, their story's done. Dillon Wheeler Incorporated, in the history books of DCCW, in the history books, it will be written and it will be said that DWI ended with a period. Big Man Nation.
Well, speaking of other tag teams, you have, since the years you've been wrestling with the DWI, you have taken on some of the tag teams that come in and out of there. Who are maybe some ones you may have had your eye on that you want to come in that may have not had the chance to come into DCCW? Because you have taken on, either individually or possibly in a tag team match, Foxman and Chris Kane, the Kentish brothers. You've taken on so many guys that's come in and out of there. So who are some new faces you'd like to see come into DCCW challenge for those titles rightfully?
Right. Yeah. You know what? That's a great question. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on the Kentish brothers again. We did have a great match last year, and you know what? They rubbed me the wrong way, and I'd like to put hands on them once more. Who's another one? The Heavenly Butterflies with Fabu and the other one. We've shared many locker rooms. He's getting a lot of success as far as the tag team, seen them work, seen them wrestle in Georgia and Panama and other places. I think that'd be a great match, honestly, for DWI. And who's the other one? Let me see. The Gifted with Wheezy T and Logan Cruz. That'd be actually a good match. I know they're they're popular. They're very skilled in what they do. They've been tagging for a while. I'd love to test our skills and see what they got. But there's many of them. I'd like to invite a lot of people from Georgia. There's a lot of tag teams up there. Orlando. I mean, honestly, we're the A side. Let's just put it that way. We're the A side now. Look. I'm trying to be like you. You see that? I'm trying to be like you. You have your title on your thing, and I got the title on my thing. I'm trying to be like you. And that's the A side. That means we call the shot, just like how you call the shots with your national championship, which, by the way, congratulations on your win against that flea-infested wolf, and you main evented. So congratulations on that. But I say, and I'll probably get more whenever Dillon and Nick, because, they travel, and I know Nick, he has another belt that he defends in Ohio. But when we ever get together and make it official, because I think we've briefly talked about it, that, we're the A side, and, whoever wants to come speak to us, and we could do business. You tell us, you tell the public, nothing behind the curtains, no DMs, no politic, you get on here just like how we are right now, and you state your case, you pitch why you're the best option for us. What can we get out of it? Can we draw money together? Because at the end of the day, that's what this is about. Are you interesting? Can you wrestle, etc.?
So do you think there's more of appreciation of a tag team that's been together for multiple years, or is it not for the ones that just all of a sudden just banded together just because, like, you being in the tag team world for so long, like, and you've kind of experienced the whole thing? How do you feel about these newly last whim tag teams put together versus the ones that's been together for quite some time?
Yeah, I mean, during these 5 years, I've been tag team champion with Alejandro Bravo, with a Dante Dragon Steel. And even though we've had our, coming and goings, love-hate relationship, but when we did become tag team champion, that opened up my eyes, especially with them being a lot more, veteran than I learned a lot, and then when you're in there, like you have to become in sync with each other. You know what I mean? You have to really almost second nature know what your partner's doing, anticipate what he wants you to do. A lot of nonverbals in tag team. Never mind the talking because there's just a lot going on with the fans, with the referee, with the ring announcers, you have to read nonverbal. So it's a different world when it comes to tag team than it is when you're single. Because I've done both, and tag team, there's just a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of it's just you have to pay attention with your opponent and what they're doing and then what you're doing. You have to be in the right position. You have to do a lot of things, but that takes time. You know teams like, for example, like Chris Kane and Foxman X, they're two singles guys. Sure, they got lucky last year with us, they because of that ref, which we won't mention his name, but who got in the way. But that's the thing about tag team. You never know what's gonna happen. They got lucky. Hopefully we see them down the line just to get a little, just to get a little revenge. But teams like that, teams like Foxman X and Chris King, who just smashed together, and they got to figure out it's going to be a long journey for them. If they actually want to be a tag team, it's going to be a long journey for them to be in sync, to know each other's strengths, to know each other's weaknesses, to finally, really get into that mindset. I'm right now at this point, I'm a 3-time tag team champion, 3-time tag team champion with 3 different people. I would say when it comes to tag team, you know, there's more people I would say that are definitely much more seasoned than that. But honestly, at this point, tag team, competition, the tag team division, you know, I know what I'm doing. Let's just put it that way. I know what I'm doing. So any tag team out there, you're dealing right now with a very seasoned individual, especially with Nick. Nick's been tag team. Dylan, congratulations to Dylan. He's the mastermind. He's like an agent, a scout. He just puts people, the best chemistry, and he puts them together. That's what he does. He's a puzzle maker. He puts the pieces fall into place, and then we go, So good luck, these makeshift tag teams that think, oh yeah, let's just get together, 2 single guys that never been tag team before, and come at us, because even people who are tag team and been tagging for a while are still going to have trouble with us, and that's just a fact, because it's home team advantage. Home team advantage.
So, speaking of team and it being a new year, should we expect to see any new team members going into 2024? Now that we've got the year all started, y'all have any new things going on for DWI besides being tag team champions?
That's a good question. When we first started, uh, when I first started with Dillon Wheeler Incorporated, it was Nick Brutal and Jay Shooter with the Smoking Aces at that point. When I came in, it was 3. We were like a team, a faction. And then we added Max Dawson, a roughneck right now, but then there was 4. Then because of one thing or the other, it came down back to 2. So honestly, I would like more members, because I've always said from the beginning, there comes, strength with numbers. If you have people watching your back and you're watching theirs, who's gonna stop you? Who's gonna stop you? You should know, you've been developing a team. You have Adonis, who's still learning. You have Kendall Ryan, or whenever she's available. So you're starting to, I think, adapt to it. And remember, we were part of the Legion of Pain. So you got. I mean, we both definitely started with strength of numbers. We didn't start singles. We started as a team, and we had a lot of success because of it. So hopefully that would be up to Dylan. I don't know what the budget is this year, but it would be very interesting to bring somebody. I would prefer somebody who maybe is more of a powerhouse. Even though Nick Brutal, he's pretty powerful, but maybe somebody even more than that, or maybe more conniving, you know, smarter, something, just something to bring to the table for DWI so we can start collecting more belts, or whatever the case may be. But that's a good question. That'd be something you would have to ask Dillon whenever he's available, so that way we could get that started.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully all these gentlemen of DWI will be available tomorrow night. We're going to try to get on the DCCW page to go over, the results from the last show, as well as interview some of the guys and gals that are a part of the show. Before we sign off, O'Neal, is there anything you'd like to say?
Well,
for your naysayers, the ones that think that your hand would have got raised and you gotten that tag team championship.
That's right. There's a lot of there's a lot of lip service. There's a lot of jealousy when it comes to professional wrestling. A lot of jealousy. And I hope when that ref hit that 1, 2, 3 and we got the titles and then the word got around, I just hope the people that look down on me and down on Nick, Dillon, and DWI or DCC, I just hope they have not even bite their lip, bite their face. The fact, you know what? Because there's a lot of people that have been through DCCW and never got a title. Never got one. Probably not even got an opportunity. Maybe a little bit more athletic. Okay. Maybe more seasoned. Fine. But you know what? You didn't do it. So if you saw me win the title, now with this, look at this right there. Look at that. Look at that. You never had it. So if you're jealous, be jealous of my life. Because nothing gets me going more than people's jealousy. That fuels me. So whoever wants to step up to the plate, please do, with jealousy and all. And we're here for you. DWI, because that's what we do. Because at the end of the day, we cripple the competition.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard it first from one of the members of DWI, El Nino, our newly crowned DCCW Tag Team Champion. I'm Prince Handsome, your national champion, and thank you for watching another episode of Keeping It Handsome.